right, so what is the Base blockchain and why I'm so interested in it? And to me, like, to understand this, you have to go back to the point a few years back. Binance, the biggest crypto exchange there was, they decided to create their own blockchain to be able to provide different kinds of services and create an ecosystem. And they decided to create their own L1. Now, fast forward a couple of years until the present, and Coinbase, the other largest crypto exchange, decided to take the same steps, but instead of launching their own layer 1 with their own token and have to bootstrap an entire ecosystem by themselves, they decided to launch as an layer 2 of Ethereum. This is it's an opposing, it shows the difference of the views from these two companies and the difference in how they are approaching they creating their own network, decentralized network. So to me, that is something that just to have those two views contrast with each other, and now we have the BNB chain and we have the Base chain, and we can see the difference and we can watch these two ideas battle it out in real time. That to me is super exciting. I'm a very curious person and I am driven by stuff like this, and I just want to learn, understand, and I want to play around with it. I want to test it. I want to experiment with it, and I want to do it live so that everybody can see. So we're going to take a quick look at how Base is presenting itself to the world by going to the website base.org. So here they're pretty much branding themselves as a place where you can build all the stuff that we're used to seeing on blockchain: games, bridges, stablecoins, dexes. So it's pretty much it's not a specific chain. It's like a generic chain where you can build potentially. Of course, it's an Ethereum L2, so they're not their own ecosystem. They're not completely separate, and they're driving their security from the L1 because it's built as an L2 with the security and stability from Ethereum, and of course, you pay less fees. We're gonna do some transactions in real time, so we will see exactly how much we are paying in fees. So you get the EVM environment, pretty much everything that you can do in Ethereum, you can do on Base, just cheaper and faster. That's the promise. And this is something very interesting. It is built on the OP stack. That is the Optimism chain. So Base is part of what it's called the super chain. And we'll look at a little bit about that later. Now, it's scaled by Coinbase. This is something that is important for everyone to know, is that Coinbase has created the chain and they are incubating it, but the idea for them is to decentralize as much as possible with time so that eventually they will no longer be in control of it and the community itself. That's the promise, of course. Best of Ethereum, but 10x cheaper. We will put that to the test. Empowered by Coinbase, Base is built to be the on-chain home for Coinbase products. This is interesting. So one of the things that makes me interested about this blockchain is that it has a massive company behind it. And no doubt is going to do a lot of incentives for builders and also for people like us that we're just exploring the digital frontiers. And I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for people that come into Coinbase early and start experimenting with all this stuff. It could be in the form of airdrops. It could be in the form of incentives that the platforms will start to give out. But I want to be early. I want to test it. I want to experiment and see what I can do with it and how the independent academy, which is what I'm trying to build, can benefit from being an active member of the Base chain. Base is powered by the Optimism stack. That's what we were talking about earlier. The most secure and scalable EVM out there. The OP stack is an open source public good that will serve as the foundation of a super chain. So basically, this is what I was referencing before. The OP stack, a set of tools that it makes it much easier for anyone to create their own layer 2 in Ethereum. And because everyone that is using this technology stack, the stack is designed to make them more interoperable. So they're easier for them to interact with each other. And that's why it's called the super chain. It's like all these different rollups that can connect much easier. On one of our previous videos, we looked at the Sora blockchain to mint NFTs, which is really good. And that's part of the super chain as well. And as we continue to explore in this digital Voyager journey, we're going to see a lot of these different chains. Like this super chain is starting to become a real thing, very much a real thing. So Base is incubated within Coinbase and plans to progressively decentralize in the years ahead. So that's the goal. We will see if they actually make it happen. A lot of times projects say that they will decentralize and that doesn't end up happening, but hopefully they will be able to. We believe that the on-chain platform is the most important builder platform since the internet online. We believe that the on-chain platform should be open source. That's very good, free to use, and globally available. I can stand behind all of that. All right, so that's basically how they present themselves. It's a nice little intro. Doesn't tell us a lot of like real use cases, but that's if you go up here and you can go into the ecosystem, and we can pretty much see almost, I believe, every single dApp that can be used in Coinbase on Base right now, from bridges, DAO, DeFi gaming, infra, NFT, on-ramp security, social wallet, and X-chain. We will explore this in due time in different episodes of the Digital Voyager.